Let's see if I did it right now. You would think after several times I would have this down accurately. Again, thank you, Sensei Karim, for another amazing class. Again, how he utilizes his hips and his hamstrings and glutes is something that we all should really practice and make a part of our karate for kicks and for stretching and training, because it is truly amazing, and he has a beautiful art form. While we're waiting for everybody to get on here, and also to cool down from class and take your gi top off and your belt off, I want to share with you, my house is that way, like 5 acres. And when I do these shows on this setting, this is at my parents' house, my mom and dad's house. And my mom is the real life Snow White. I promise you. She has the most beautiful, I'm going to share this just while we have a couple of minutes. Now we've moved everything over the patio, so it's kind of a mess right now. But look how beautiful these flowers are. Everything that she grows here, every night she gets sugar and puts it in a pan and puts water in the pan and boils sugar water to feed, hey Martin, how are you? To feed the hummingbirds that she has as kind of pets that come back every year. So here you can see all of her hummingbird feeders hanging. So all that to say, if you see little birds flying around my head, it's Mom's hummingbird pets, which is a lot of fun. It makes it very interesting. The other thing with the sugar water is that we have a lot of bumblebees and wasps out here. So I've upgraded now from just a fly swatter to having a tennis racket out here to protect me just in case. So today I do want to do something a little different. Let me make sure that I have, there we go. I do want to do something a little different. Hey John, how are you? First of all, thank you all for, again, letting me be a part of your Sunday. I always love doing these classes with you guys and letting me just be a part of your day. So today, throughout the week, we had a lot of people message in asking about warm up, not just the cool down, because a lot of what we focus on is just the static stretching and the cool down. And it's completely different than what we need to do to warm up for class. So today what I'd like to do is go through the proper way to warm up before class, and then we'll do the proper cool down after class. So if you haven't been training today, then this will be perfect for you. We'll warm up and then we'll cool right back down. Again, it's 4,000 degrees out here today, so excuse the sweat. From JKA New York. Good to see you, New York. Today I'm supporting Miami. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, but I'm supporting Miami. We have a tremendous dojo down there with Sensei Jose Ferran, and Miami is really suffering right now with all the coronavirus. So just to show my love and support, I always try to spread the love. I'm definitely dedicating today's show, everything to my friends in Miami, my love, my second home, my coach, my Team USA coach, and my Team Kata. The rest of my Team Kata lives in Miami, so I love you guys, and please stay safe. I'm going to cry. Okay, so let's get started. Good morning. Good morning. You guys are awesome. I love this so much. If anybody has any questions while we're doing this, hey, Alan, if anybody has any questions or you want to go over something again or go over something, period, please message here. I'll keep reading and we'll go through it. But for right now, let's do a proper warm-up and then we'll do a proper cool down, okay? Rio de Janeiro. Hello, hello, hello. All right. If it starts to rain, we'll just keep training in the rain. Okay. So to start, we're just going to start with our head. This is something that we can incorporate into our classes. This is a good way to start teaching our kids in class how to warm up. Kids don't require a lot of warming up. They're very flimsy, but it's good for them to know and understand the proper way, because as they train harder and as they get older, injuries just start to happen. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is just kind of roll our head around a little bit, side to side. Roll it in circles. We do want to kind of do everything a little speedy just because we're getting ready to train hard. I feel the raindrops, but I love this. Then we're going to start with our wrists. At the same time you do your wrists, you do your feet. When we're in the dojo, we want to expedite everything so we can get into training fast, right? Loosen up all those joints. Now let's go to the elbows. You can do this in any direction you want. We want to get the fluids going in those joints. Make sure that everything feels nice and warm. Then let's go to the shoulders. Backstroke. Front. Now with the kids, if we're working on coordination, you can even have them go in opposite directions. They love that. See who can master the opposite directions. Okay? Little circles to the side. So by now, already, your shoulders and elbows should feel loosened up, right? It doesn't take long. It really doesn't take long. All right, now we're going to move into our knees and hip joints. So we're just going to do 10 squats. Oh, I hear the rain coming. Makes for more exciting stretching. 3 more. Last one. Good. All right, from here, we're going to squat all the way down and back up. This is going to get our toe flexion, our ankles, our knees, and our hips. So use your hands for assistance if you need to. If not, just grab your knees. But we're going to go down and up and down, up. You want to use just your knees, down, up. Again, 10 times. Four more. Two more. One more. All right, so now that's not only loosening up our hips, our knees, our ankles, our toes, which is very, 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 very important. But it's also starting to build, warm these muscles up that we need, okay? Now, very, very simple. We're just gonna kick our bottom, okay? Now you wanna pull back each time with more and more force to get everything loosened up. Kicking, kicking. For the kids, I like to have my kids run and do this. So they'll cover the distance of the dojo, just kicking, making sure that your toe is flexed, okay? So just kicking. Good. Now, high knees. Knees up. Don't forget to breathe. 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to take this out, okay? So knee comes up and out. Smooth. Up and out. Still, you can feel, if you haven't been training today, you can feel everything still trying to wake up and engage. One, two, one more. 3 and 4. Good. You can also bring this straight up to the side. Notice my knees are on the outsides of my elbows. This is also warming up your flexibility. Let's do 2 more. And done. Good. Okay, so now you should feel your heart rate getting up just a little bit. You should feel your hips starting to loosen up, your knees loosening up. As far as stretching itself goes, I really, really recommend toe stretching as much as possible. So leaning that ankle over your toe as much as possible with pressure in the ball of the foot. This helps us push when need be. And it also, if we're doing target training, helps us prepare for impact when we're kicking. anytime I do these stretches, I'm automatically getting more and more energy because I know, okay, I'm getting ready to train. I'm getting ready to train. Good. Now from here, we are going to loosen up the glutes. So you're just going to do a simple leaning over and back up. When we do this, let's keep our back straight. Leaning over and back up. Leaning over, back up. Two more. Good. Okay. From here, last thing, I want to really engage our upper body now. So you're just going to do a simple, as if you're on all four. Now lift your bottom, keep your knees off the ground, and lean forward on your shoulders. Forward. Forward. 5 more. Two more, one more, and that's it. Okay, and up. You should feel good and warmed up. I hear thunder. It should be interesting. You should feel good and warmed up. From this point, from head down to toe, you are ready to begin your normal, as a sensei or as a student, karate warm-up, okay? So from here, we'll go into front stance, yakizuki, right? Maybe loosening, warming up our quads, warming up our hip flexion, everything turning. Then we can start warming up our kicks, warming up faster punches, warming up blocks. That's it, okay? When it comes to the beginning of training, there really is no need to get on the ground and stretch. We want our muscles to be tight in a strong way, but we want them to be warm, okay? So anything that you can do and any extra, oh, that feels good. Any extra exercises you can do that will warm these muscles up, perfect, add it to it. But do your best to try to steer clear of the static stretching, okay? I see a couple of comments. Let me see. You guys are all so kind. See, so that stretching took us 10 minutes. That's as long as it should take. Again, as senseis, we have to be mindful of the age of the class, the ability of the class. If we have a bunch of kids, then obviously we want to do more cardio warm up, have them run, get some of that extra energy out before they're having to sit and focus in on an hour worth of good training, right? Alexandra, you guys had an amazing class. I loved the toe. If you haven't watched their class, please go back and watch their class from last week, I believe it was, and the toe grip that she did moving across the floor, unbelievable. That is something that we all need to do. Hello, New Jersey. Hey, David, how are you? Okay, so now we've warmed up, we've done our class, and now we want to go into our cool down, okay? So now let's begin. This, I'm going to show you, the yogis like to call it a flow. I am not, I'm not a certified yogi. I am a gymnast and a ballerina before a yogi, but it's still a flow, okay? So you might recognize it in that way. But this is something that I would highly, highly recommend after class. You can do it on your own. You feel comfortable because you understand and have a little bit of a routine in your mind. A lot of times people are uncomfortable to go on their own after class and sit and stretch because they don't know exactly what to do, or they just do the same 3 stretches all the time, sit in a straddle, bend over and touch your toes, sit in a butterfly. So this will give you a little bit of a routine that you can do after class that's a full body stretch out, okay? Be careful. Age of class, I'm feeling young. Martin, you are young. You are young, and you do every class. I love that. Okay. So, we finished class. We have our gi top and our belt off, or maybe you're still at the dojo. So we're going to start standing up, leaning over, hang, breathe. So each of these stretches we're going to hold for 30 seconds, if the weather allows me to. So the important thing here, you should feel this stretch in the back of your legs, okay? Allow your hips to expand and stretch. You can feel the interior muscles of your bottom and your leg and where they connect to your knee. Be mindful of all that and let everything open as you just sway. Good. Okay, from here, we're going to walk out to a triangular position. Some people call it a downward dog. And I want you to put your head between your shoulder blades, or your shoulders, and press. You should feel this in your calves, in the back of your legs, in your shoulders, in your neck. Try to keep your heels on the floor. And release. Now from here, we're going to take our right leg, lift it straight up. It may not go high, that's okay, because right now we want to keep our hips straight. Straight pointed, both hips pointed straight down to the ground. Each exhale, try to raise higher. This really stretches that base leg. Now from here, we're going to twist, open that hip up. You're also opening up your interior leg, the base leg interior. Bend the leg and feel that stretch. Keep breathing. From here, bring that knee to your chest. Hold here to give your shoulders a little bit of a stretching and warm up, or I'm sorry, cool down. And step that foot to the outside into a lunge. Drop the knee, drop the foot, and reach up. You should feel this in your straight-legged hip flexor underneath. Now put your toes back down, straighten that leg, and we're gonna keep both legs straight this time, nose to the front knee. Breathing. Heel up, grab the toes. So you're going to pull the toes back, giving them a nice good stretch, and also stretching the calf and the hamstring even more. Good. And take that foot back beside the other foot. Now we're going to do the other leg. I'm going to change direction so it'll be closer to you on the camera. And lift the leg straight up, keeping your hips straight to the ground, not turning yet. So your leg, again, it's not going to be that high. You can do flexed foot, you can do pointed toes. Out of habit, I always point my toes. It's a ballet thing, not a karate thing. You can practice it either way. Let's start to turn that hip, bend the leg, and feel that stretch all along that hip flexor. It's very good for your balance too. The kids love to do this. Half the time they end up with their bottoms on the ground. Bring that leg back down. Bring it into your chest. You can work your shoulders a little bit if you want. And take that leg to the outside. Lean in. I am doing knee to the toe. Not back and not over, but knee to the toe, just like we want in Zinkutsudachi. Drop that back leg. Drop that foot. And turn. Again, this should be hip flexor of the leg that's flat on the ground. You feel it under here too. Feel it a little bit everywhere. You can feel it through here, through your shoulders. The rain is a nice extra. All right, bring that toe back to the floor. Straighten that leg and nose to the knee. A lot of us do from, I do as well, have hip or hamstring injuries from karate. Please don't get frustrated if your nose doesn't meet your knee. Please don't get frustrated if these are hard to do. A lot of the reason, if you're injured, a lot of the reason that it is difficult is because that lactic acid is so built up in those muscles that, let's lift that toe, pull the toes, try to put the nose down to the knee. Those muscles have got knots in them now, and those knots need to be worked out. And as painful as this is, and as much as we don't want to do it, if we don't work those knots out, they'll just get bigger and our flexibility will just get worse. Okay, taking that foot back. Now let's walk our hands back. We're going to hang here for 10 more seconds. Let your arms relax. If you want to walk your hands through, you can walk your hands through. I like to just hang. And slowly roll back up. All the way back up. So that's a good flow you can do. It's a very good flow. If you want to speed it up, I'll do it one time with a little bit of speed to it. You can make it if you don't train one day, you can make it a little bit of a workout too, okay? So, down, right? Walk your hands out. Head goes down. Head comes back up. Leg lifts. Leg turns. Hip comes open. Leg comes down. Lean in. Stretch. Lean back. Toe up. And back. Oh, I skipped a part, didn't I? I apologize. Do that again. So other side. Lift the leg. Bend. Feel the stretch. Bring the knee in. Then take it out. Lift up. Back. Down. And walk it up. Did we end on time? I think we did. I think that's right on time too. So I'm under the umbrella now. That flow, yes, It does. Now, these do take a little bit of practice. If you have shoulder injuries, then you can make the time that you're on your arms less. I'm in the worst spot, I think. You can make the time on your arms a little bit less. But just play with that because, again, it's very important that we do have strong shoulders. Everything, we don't always need to think about in terms of karate, but think about in terms of life, okay? The older we get, the more injuries happen, the more falls happen, the more situations we get in where we might need to have assistance, use our arm strength to grab a hold of something and pick us back up, use our arm strength to push down to get us back up, or vice versa, to lower ourselves down. So we always need to make sure that our shoulders are strong, our core is strong, and then our hip region, all the muscles within our hip region, our glutes, our hamstrings, and our quads, okay? If anybody has any questions, that actually worked out perfectly time-wise. Yes, y'all are young. We are young. We are exactly however old we feel in our minds we are. If you ask my mother her age, Martin actually did ask her age, she'll tell you she's 19 years old. I passed her, I'm not going to say how many years ago, and growing up, she was always, I'm 19, I'm 19, I'm 19. And she is the age that she is now, and she still moves around and gets around like she's 19 because it's in her mind. Stay safe. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, you can use this routine for your own cool down, just to give you something to do after class to loosen everything back up. It's very important after class that we stretch. Please don't just stretch before class and then forget afterwards to loosen everything back up. That's where the soreness will be delayed or shortened time-wise. Drink plenty of fluids. Stay safe. Stay healthy. If you guys ever have any questions, I want to make sure I'm covering all of the questions you guys had today. Yeah. If you guys ever have any questions or need any helps with stretches or have an injury, let me know. Private message me anytime. I'd love to help out. This is what we do. This is what we live for as instructors and as karatekas. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle, you know? So that's kind of the mantra that we live by here, is that, you know, we build each other up. We train together. We love each other, and we have to make each other stronger all the way around. Had a great time. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for making me a part of your day, allowing me to have time to come in and join you. Martin, Naja, thank you once again. And should they permit, I will see you all next Sunday. Have a great rest of your weekend and have a wonderful week. Bye.